Today we're moving on to Stornoway, which will take us about an hour and a half, and this is the last leg of our journey on the Outer Hebrides. As usual, the livestock was showing who really owned the roads.
And to a number of other women's organisations.
Not even looking for me. And make sure there's nothing on there that discredits.
I wouldn't normally have the radio on when I'm making a film, but I suppose having made so many, I was getting a little bit lazy. This is Laxdale Holiday Park in Stornoway, and we're booked in for 3 nights.
Camping straight on.
As we got further in, we began to notice just how cramped this site really was.
Should just wait here.
Yeah. We didn't enjoy our stay at this campsite. It was more akin to being in a parking lot. All the traffic in Stornoway proved quite a shock after having driven on single track roads with no other traffic for so long.
There you go. All gone now. It's the Chinese takeaway.
Yeah. We're on our way to see the Callanish standing stones. Believe it or not, this is an A road, and the wind turbines keep dipping in and out of the clouds. The Callanish circle of stones dates from the Bronze Age. Well, we had a good night, and today we're driving up to the Butt of Lewis to take a look at the lighthouse. But first, we have to wait for this farmer to move his sheep to another field. He's obviously done this many times before because the sheep were so responsive to every toot of his horn.
Tell him.
When you get to the northern end of the Outer Hebrides, it becomes very barren indeed. This area is a very wild place, and they get tremendous winds and driving rain, so the buildings are very functional rather than pretty. As usual, the church is a very dominant feature in the village. We followed the single track road out to the Butt lighthouse. Stupidly, I'd forgotten to charge the drone battery, so I only had a couple of minutes to get this overview shot. I tried my best to use the normal camera to get some close-ups of the birds nesting on the cliffs, but the wind was so strong it kept buffeting the lens. I think these hooks are used by the emergency services to rescue people who have fallen over the edge. Carol was geocaching, and I always hate it when she goes geocaching near cliff edges like these. A little further down the road was the harbour of Port Ness, and I used the very last ounce of battery power to take this view. The port seriously needs some TLC as it's completely falling to bits. I wasn't feeling particularly well, so I sat on the cliff while Carol went off looking for another geocache. This is our last full day on the island, and tomorrow we catch the ferry to the mainland. Stornoway ferry port is quite badly designed with very limited parking for a car and caravan. This is the entrance to the stupid ferry terminal that's not open yet, so we can't get in there. So we're having to park at the side of the road, waiting until they open. Hello, madam. What are you doing here? Oh, okay. I let you off because you're so pretty. I tried to film the ferry coming into the port, but one drop of rain and you're finished. It's just another beautiful day in paradise. We're sitting in the queue, waiting to get on board the ferry. It was quite a strange design, this ferry. I thought it was fully enclosed, but the further we got back into the vessel, we realised that it was open air where we were about to park. It's not the best place to be, because when we arrived we found the car covered in salt. The ferry crossing was a little bumpy, and I made the classic mistake of using my iPhone and then ending up feeling queasy. Luckily I realised the problem and put the phone away and just kept staring at the horizon, which made me feel a lot better. 2.5 hours later we were called back to the car, and I must admit I was quite pleased to be getting off. That night we camped on the edge of Loch Broom, which is the loch that the ferry came into and is only about 2 minutes from the port. Tomorrow we're moving on to Inverness.